Hello everyone, my name is ClickFlow and welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Thrive Guide. I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a pretty good one. As you can see, we are here in the storage facility again, and we are I've officially moved everything from the outside in here so that we can have a little bit of our work materials with us. And as you can see, we've got quite the collection of work materials. But in this episode, I think we are finally going to be able to start moving in, because in this episode I want to go into automated storage design. So I'm going to try and set up an automated sorting system for a lot of the different types of blocks. Probably not every type of block. Maybe sometime in the future we might do something that big and that grand, but in this episode I just want to set up the automated storage system for a lot of the bulk materials on this side of the wall, and then maybe on this side of the wall we'll put manual storage system for stuff that we don't really use all that often, but it's there in case we need it. And that will also work for the non-stackable items as well. So I've laid out a couple of things here, which is kind of the blueprint. I've been doing a little bit of testing in here to try and figure out the size of this and how it's going to work out. But basically we're going to have a bunch of double chests just lined up along here. And then we'll have a chest that we just put in all of our bulk items, like our blackstone, our wood types, dirt, normal stone, all of the materials that we gather in really large quantities, and it'll pipe it through a system of hoppers and droppers and such, and then automatically sort it into these various chests. And so I'm going to go through and do a little bit of a tutorial on how that works and how you guys can make it in your worlds. To do this, we are going to be using, I'm not sure if it's a bug or if it's a feature. A lot of Bedrock players argue about what things are bugs and what things are features, but we are going to be exploiting a type of design where we can transfer electrical current from a power source to a redstone torch. Because as you know, redstone torches will be providing power, but when they are powered, they will turn off and will stop powering, and so that's and so you can make a lot of interesting circuits that way. But if we were to try and just string redstone dust from this torch, as you can see, it's already lit. If we were to try and activate this, it would do nothing. It wouldn't turn it off. So we have to use a little bit of a tricky design, and that design includes a piston. So if we place a piston down and we place a redstone torch on the side of that, now if we power this piece of redstone dust, it will come over and power this piston, but it will also depower this redstone torch, as you can see there. And that is the exploit we are going to use there. As you can see, that does power the piston and it makes a lot of noise. But if you put a non-pushable block on top of that, such as a block of obsidian, it will still have the redstone effect without making any of the noise. So that's what we are going to be primarily using for this design. And the reason why we are going to be using that design is because, as some of you might know, if we have two hoppers, if we have a hopper facing into another hopper, let's make a little hopper chain right here, and we power one of these hoppers. If we throw items in, you can see them start to drain from this one because it has no redstone power, but they don't continue moving to the end because this redstone, this hopper has power being supplied to it, so it locks the hopper. That is the mechanic we are going to be using to filter all of our items. I think it might be a little bit easier if I just show you how to build it, and then from the design I can explain to you exactly how it works. So for this one, we are going to want, for this design, we're going to want to have 3 chests on top of each other, and this is going to be fantastic for bulk storage here. Then we're going to want some solid blocks. It doesn't matter what kind of solid blocks you use. I'm just going to use blackstone, polished blackstone bricks, because that's what I have. If we put some hoppers facing into the chests, and that's important here. If I can get it, nope. Nope. There it is. That's important here. So as you can see, they are facing into the chest like that. And then we are going to want to have another block on top of this chest so we can face a hopper into that block. Now that's temporary. We're just going to remove it right now. And that is going to be the hopper that we are going to lock. Then we are going to be running a hopper line over the top of that, and that's where all of our items, our bulk items, are going to be flowing over the top of. Now from here,
a few moments later,
from here we want to place 2 solid blocks, I should say, one right there and one right below that. Perfect. Then we are going to place a piston facing up right here, and then a piece of obsidian right on top of that. Now these 2 we can get rid of right there. That's not right. I built that too far down. My bad. Okay, so we place one placeholder block, piston, obsidian right there, and then we can remove that block right there. Perfect. And the reason I know that is because we want this redstone torch to be on the side of this piston, which is then going to be powering this block and then locking this hopper here. So then when we put our items into there, they will not flow into there. So that is perfect. The next thing we are going to need is a block here, a block here, and then a piece of glass right here. Oops, there's a creeper. Why is there a creeper? Because it's dark. Awkward. Let me sleep really quick. Okay, morning time again. Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted, we want to put a piece of glass right here. And that is just so that when we place redstone on top of this, it will travel through down here, and then it will also pass through here because glass is a transparent block. So it can conduct the power through here and then into the piston. That glass is necessary. If you put a solid block there, then it will block the redstone current from this block down to this block.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Okay. One of the last pieces we are going to need is a redstone comparator. Now these are a block, I'm not sure if we've discussed them super well. Basically they will read the contents of a redstone device that has an inventory, and we are going to be reading the contents of this hopper right here. So we're going to put that facing away from this block, and it will be reading the contents through this block of this hopper and outputting a redstone current. Once the redstone current becomes strong enough that it will travel all 3 of these blocks, then it will power this piston, turning off that redstone torch and then allowing items to flow into our system. So that is pretty much the entire design there. The only other thing we need now is the pipe, the item pipe that goes along the top of it. So So we're going to be placing our items right in here. So if we place them here, you can see that they don't flow down. And then we're going to be placing some other things that will not be stackable. I'm going to get some fish because I have a lot of it, just like some raw fish, and then I'm going to put it in an anvil and name it something else like filter material. I can do that in a minute so that you guys can see. But then we have our items that we want to be filtered. Say for this one, it's hoppers. So if something that is not a hopper flows over the top of this, it will check to see if it can go down. But because there's not a slot for it, it will fail to move down, and then it will go over to the next set of hoppers. So by doing this, we can selectively choose exactly how many or exactly what items we want to be flowing through here. And once it gets to a certain level inside of that hopper, of course we're going to be getting enough redstone signal that this will depower and items will flow into our chests. I hope that made sense. I think it did, but if it didn't, you can definitely let me know down in the comments, and I can try and do a re-explanation of this, maybe like a creative testing world or something. Anyway, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just build a whole bunch of these things all the way down to the end, and then we can choose exactly how we or where we want these to be, what items we want to be stored into these systems. So let me go ahead and do that really quick. Alright, that took a little bit of doing, but it's set up now, and as you can see, I think it looks pretty nice. We got this huge wall of chests, and this is going to be all of our bulk item storage. So we are going to have to go through and individually set each of these, so we're going to need to get an anvil and name some items so that they will not be stackable. You don't need to do that. I just recommend doing something like that, so in case you accidentally put something in that is stackable with your filter material, it doesn't mess up your storage system at all, and you don't have to go in and fix it and reset everything. So now we are pretty much done with the main construction, other than our input to the storage system. Right now we could put a chest on top of that hopper and we can just open it and dump all the stuff in, but that's kind of hard to reach and far away. So I want to put to make what's called a dropper elevator, and that's why I have this hole in the ground here. I marked out where I wanted to put it because I have a specific spot that I was looking for and I didn't want to mess that up. So we're going to walk through how to do that right now as well. So we are going to need droppers for this. You can use dispensers, I believe. They are a lot more loud than droppers though, so I don't recommend it. So we're going to need droppers, we're going to need some observers, some redstone torches, and we're going to need a couple of chests there, and some redstone dust. I believe we'll need 7 pieces. I'll take a couple extra just in case. We're going to need 1 redstone repeater, looks like we have it, and 1 redstone comparator and a solid block. Perfect. Right now I'm going to actually go ahead and fill in this piece of carpet because I am OCD like that. But this is where we're going to want to start our dropper elevator. Goodness gracious, these guys are sneaking up on me. Maybe we do need to install a door sooner than later. Anyway, we want these droppers to be facing upwards like this, and we want them to go all the way up so as to almost reach the roof. I believe we are going to want it to go up 1 more than that. Perfect, just like that. So right here in this spot, we are going to want to put one of our double chests and connect that with the system. So we're going to want to get our hoppers and feed that into our hopper line just like that. So this hopper is facing into that one, and then it goes into our hopper line. And we want the chest to be there and there, and it does need to be a double chest so that the items can be pushed up into the chest and then be pulled out of the chest into our item storage system via that hopper line. So it is kind of going to look a little bit out of place, maybe a little bit ugly. So you can use it at your discretion. I think for the convenience of it, I just kind of want to leave it how it is. Now on the downside, on the bottom side here, this is where we're going to want to make our clock. So we want to be able to read whenever we put input into this bottom dropper, that it will send a redstone signal and then it will activate it, pushing it up into this one, which will then send another redstone signal activating this one and pushing it up along the line all the way till we get to the chest. Once it's in the chest, then the hoppers will do the rest, and our storage system will operate as we have already designed it. Behind this comparator, we're going to place a solid block, so whenever this receives any power, it will activate this comparator, powering this block, and then we can power that into a repeater. We are then going to want to take our redstone dust for that current and just route it straight into that dropper there, and also we're going to bring it around and bring it to this block right over here, parallel with our solid block that we placed. That is going to be a necessary step so as to continue the redstone signal up the chain. The next thing we need to do here is place some solid blocks along the back side of this. And then just as placeholders, I'm going to place some placeholder blocks right here. And then I'm going to tower up just so we can get some of these observers and face them right there, just like this. We want to be able to face them so that the redstone signal is coming towards us, towards the hoppers there. And as you can see, if we were to break this, the little red dot indicates that it is in the right direction. So that's perfect what we need. They're going to be detecting things that happen on this side. And as you can hear, whenever we changed a block there was a click, and it was powering that dropper elevator. So that's perfect. The next thing we need to do here is to place an observer. So I'm going to tower up here. We're going to place an observer observing that redstone dust. Then we are going to take a redstone torch and put it here. So whenever the observer detects a change down there, it will depower this torch just for a second, which will then be detected by here and power these droppers. And we'll do that in alternating sequence until we get, oops, not like that. An alternating sequence until we get to the top, just like that, and that will power all of these for us. Now, just to demonstrate, to see if this works, I'm going to break this hopper right there so it doesn't feed into the rest of it. Then I'm going to dump a bunch of items. Let's say we put our 13 of our comparators in there. We can hear it clicking. Well, it was working. That is awkward.
Doesn't even work.
Okay, I figured it out. It was working. It was just a user error. So the problem is I was dumping a whole bunch of items into this at once, which was overloading the system and constantly powering this. What we need to do is we need to feed it through a hopper nice and slowly. So we take our 13 items, our 13 comparators, put it in there, and it will slowly cycle through here and be pumped up to the top system there. And as we can see, it does slowly fill this up. So that is working just as intended. So now that that's hooked up to our system, whenever we put something in, it will start winding up in these chests. Perfect. Okay, so the last thing that we need to do for this system, of course, is to place our item input. So if we place our items in there, then they will start to be sucked up into the dropper system and then pumped away into our item storage sorting system. Okay, so this will need a little bit of decorating, I think. If you guys have any ideas, make sure to leave them down in the comments. I would love to be able to use your ideas in decorating this thing a little bit, because right now it looks a little bit clunky. But I'm going to go away and get a whole bunch of filter material and then select all of the items that I think we'll need to sort out. Alright, welcome back. As you can see, I've gone ahead and placed down all of the different item frames and items that I think I want to have in our bulk automated storage system. And I might change this up as the world progresses and our needs change and such. Like maybe we'll get other things that we won't want diorite in our bulk storage system or something, or we might not want fish anymore. We'll have a different food source or any of these other things. But this is kind of how I think we should go. So the way that this is set up, I also have some filter material. I can show you really quick how I am planning on how we install all the filter material and everything like that. First off, we need to get up here. I guess this will work here. So this is the slice that we are going to be storing dirt in, all three of these big bulk chests. And so on this hopper that is right above the chest level, we want to activate it, place in our material. that we want to be sorted. And then using our filter material, we want to take up all of the other slots. So now that one will be completely active. Whenever we place dirt in this system, it will always end up in this slice. And the same goes for when we put the other things in, like say we get some grass, we can set the grass one up right now, place that in there, and then fill up every single slot with our filter material. I recommend making your filter material something cheap, something like fish, because we built the Guardian farm and we get so much fish. But you can do it literally out of anything. If you wanted, you could use the dragon egg as one of your filter material, but I don't recommend going that route. But now that we have the dirt and grass set up, so this is our grass and this is our dirt, we can start putting in all of this grass and dirt. I'm going to put a couple of stacks in just to test the system. We can throw it in like that. You can see the grass is going in first. Right now, it's going to be starting to fill up this until it gets to like 41 or 42, and then it will have enough current going out the back of it in order to depower that redstone torch and start filtering it through this the system into our chests. But as you can see, it is working. It is not making it all the way over here, and it is not going here. So that is perfect. You can see right there 41 is the limit. So now if we check down here, we're getting grass in our grass slot, but we are not getting it in where we had dirt, and we're not getting it anywhere else past that. So that is our point proven. It works exactly as we need it. And we can check this one here. As you can see, our dirt is starting to fill up there. So this item elevator is kind of a noisy system, and it does click a lot. But the way I see it, we're probably going to be dumping a whole bunch of things in there, and then while it does its thing, we'll be over here crafting things, or we'll be in the storage system over here, or we'll possibly be upstairs. And as you can see, we can't hear it. But I'm not sure if we can see it around. It is flickering right there, so that is working as it needs to be. Perfect. And now you can see it's stopped, and we have dirt there and grass there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut away and get all the other materials for this setup, and then I think comes the task of just moving in. So I don't think you guys need to see that really. It's just a lot of being in the inventory screen, and that's not super entertaining, I don't think. You guys are here for the gameplay, not for the inventory juggling. But I hope you guys liked this look into automated storage and how it works, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you found this useful so that you can build it in your own worlds and such. I'm really excited for the progress that we are making, howbeit a little bit slow, but that I think is going to be all for me. If you enjoyed the video, why don't you smash the like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel for some more content. My name has been ClickFlow, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.